Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and as you probably can see, I'm messing about with the Ti-99 4A, and I've got it loaded. I've got it with a game loaded up here. Basically, what I've done, I've got 6.5 gigs worth of WAV files on my laptop there. Which I managed to find online. They're all mixed up. They're all they're not in any order or anything. I managed to find this big just wodge of WAV files for the. They're all Ti-99 tape software and things that people have wrote and demos. There's all sorts in there. And basically what I've done is I've got that connected up to the from my laptop through a sound desk to the computer. I've been messing about for a few days now trying to find a way of getting some software on this, because the computer was basically working. I was just wanted to see, can I get some software to run on it? So like I said, I'd found all this a little while ago when I first started messing about back with this computer. Let me just reset this because that noise is going to get really annoying. I think this is pretty much all programmed in BASIC as well. I think most of probably what's on here will be programmed in BASIC, being this is like 16K unexpanded machine. But like I say, at least it proves that the computer is capable of actually loading a program and it actually run. In fact, do you have a control break on one of these? I can't remember. It took me ages to figure out just how to do things on this. It's so different from computers that I'm used to. Anyway, we'll get it back to the main screen. And the other weird thing is, the artifacting that I mentioned on the previous video, apart from one little bit there, it just disappeared. Just after using the computer a few times, it just kind of like went. I don't understand why. These Ti-99s are weird. They are strange computers. Obviously I haven't put anything back together with the computer yet. I do have a bit of metal resting on the VDP there to act as a bit of a heatsink. But to be honest, it doesn't run hot, which is another really weird thing, considering all that them two capacitors have been baked, and you saw this heatsink compound I scraped off that thing. VDP had been absolutely red hot, baking hot. I mean, this thing's been on for probably an hour now. I've been messing about loading various bits of software and what have you. And if I put it's basically cold. There's just a tiny little bit of warmth coming off it. Virtually nothing. I really cannot understand it. Anyway, back to what I was going to say. Show you how I'm loading some software here. So we'll get off here. We'll get into BASIC. And the first thing is the load command for the Ti-99. It's not what you'd expect. It's not cload or cast load or anything like that. It's not even load. To load a basic to load a cassette program, what you type is old, as in OLD, and you have to have your alpha lock key down as well, so it's basically in caps lock. Space, and then it's CS1. So we've got old CS1. Then you press enter, and then it actually asks you rewind the cassette tape CS1, then press enter. Right, well, we're kind of faking it because we're using a computer, but we'll press enter there. Then it says press cassette play, then press enter. We'll go over onto the laptop here now, and what are we going to try? We'll try something else that we've not tried before. What have we got? Like I said, I can't tell you that every one of these is actually going to... let's try Ti Puffy. I don't know what it is, but we'll try it. Right, just ignore that. I'll just stop that because it's not actually playing yet. It's just getting the audio going through. Right, I've got that all queued up on the computer there. So what we do now is we press enter there, and then we press play on the computer, and that's now reading the data into the computer. Now if you look over here, when I was first trying to get this to work, I could not get it to work. The signal coming out of the laptop just wasn't powerful enough. So what I've done, I've got my old Yamaha sound desk here, and I'm actually basically just using that as a preamp. So I've got the audio coming out of the laptop into one of the channels on the sound desk. I've cranked the gain on it. I've cranked the gain on the output. I've got the output coming out through a lead I knocked up into the Ti-99. And so far that seems to be working. Previous to this, I tried getting it working by just using basically taking the WAV files and recording them to an audio cassette and tried playing that back into the computer. Now, I think that the issue might be the Ti-99 cassette player that I'm using. It's a really nice high quality Ti-99 one, but it's not had any servicing for a few years. I haven't actually used it for that purpose for a number of years now. It's actually what I actually used to use all the time from remastering cassettes for old computers. Like I say, I've not really used it for some time, so I think a belt might have gone iffy in it or something. It wouldn't rewind or fast forward properly. It would record and seem to record and play alright. But I couldn't get any cassette I tried that I actually made on that machine to play back on this. It would try, but then it would come up with data errors and it would stop basically. I then tried using my, I don't know where I've put it now, I think it's under the sound desk, but basically my little Radio Shack TRS-80 kind of computer cassette player, the one you've seen me use with like the Coco and things like that. I actually took that upstairs into my office, plugged that into the bridge PC. There we go, that's actually loaded in now. Anyway, I tried it that way, made a cassette like that. That got even further, that just wouldn't try and load at all. This, as you can see, seems to be working. So anyway, we've got press cassette stop. Obviously we're using a computer, we don't have to worry about that. Press enter. Now this computer is slow. You'll see in a second. I pressed enter, just wait. I'm guessing for the fact that it has to talk with its RAM like one bit at a time, it is rather slow. Anyway, we've come up with a prompt now. We type run. So hit run there, press enter, and wait. And wait. And wait some more. And keep waiting. Eventually it will actually load. I'm not sure what is actually loading in this one. What was it, the software that I actually just put up? It says TI Puffy. Oh, there we go. Bafanda. Unfortunately, some of this stuff is all in other in other languages. I think this is in Spanish or something like that. I'm guessing it's text adventure or something like that. I'm not sure because I don't speak. Yeah, I think this is a text adventure or something, but it's not in English, and whatever it's in, I don't actually speak. Let's see if we can just quickly see if I can find anything else we can load up. Unfortunately, I think there's a fair bit I've got on here. Won't load because you need a memory expansion or something to actually get them to load. So I'm looking for like the smaller programs, which I'm hoping will actually load on. I said will actually load on an unexpanded computer like this one. We've got Yahtzee there. We could try that. See if that'll load. I'll just as a quick final thing to try really. Switch back off. Switch on, as in it all comes back, and like I said, we've just got that one little artifact there, so we'll have to look at that. But apart from that, it seems to be working really well now. One for basic. Now, as we did before, it's OLD space CS1. Press enter, and let's load the yeah. Hang on, what else have I got on here? I've got Zaxxon here. I don't think this is going to load, but we'll try it. I don't think this is the proper Zaxxon. It's probably something that someone's actually made, but... Oh, let me stop that first. Right, and then press enter. Enter. Like I said, we'll just see if this will load up as well. But so far I seem to have had reasonably good success actually doing it this way, using the computer through the sound desk and into this, which does make me think I could probably come up with a little preamplifier, use a couple of op amps in a little box like that, probably powered from the computer's USB. Actually, that would be a nice little in fact, that's something I did try. I've got this unit. I built it years ago for the Spectrum. It's based on a circuit that Jules per Coulomb showed that he put into a Spectrum. I just modified it slightly and made it its own little standalone unit. And basically what this does is it allows Spectrums to load off like a cheap MP3 player that doesn't usually have enough power to actually get the software to load properly on a Speccy. That will kind of do it. It does slightly shape the waveforms as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to want to work in this instance with this. But I'm sure I could come up with something that would actually do it for this system. Press enter there. Again, wait. It's definitely a computer for the more patient of people if it's not been expanded, I think. And we'll type run, enter, and let's see if this will load. It may just come up with an error or something, like I said. Yeah, there we go. And quite a fair few bits that I've tried have done this. They've obviously not working. For next error there. I don't know whether it's just a corrupt piece of software or whether it actually needs a memory expansion to run or anything. We can usually actually list it. There we go. Like Zaxxons. Like I said, I don't know whether it's just a simple fact that it needs some more memory than this has actually got or not, why that hasn't run, but at least, anyway, basically I've shown what I wanted to show was the computer is basically able to load software. We can actually run software on it now. If we, like I said, if we do a little hack and run it through there. That's just, like I said, this was just going to be a quick little video. I just wanted to show you I'd made some progress with this. I'll do one more video basically on this. We'll tidy up a few loose ends and what have you, put it all back together, and then we can move on to something else. I've got something in the pipeline I really want to have a look at. And I don't really want to just pull this off the bench, pack it all away to get it all back out again and everything. I'd rather finish this project off. So probably one more video on this where we'll change them few little bits and bats out, put it all back together and leave it at that for now. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed this little update on the project and showed you, yes, it does actually load some software. I'll say thanks for watching and goodbye.